said I got to say something, baby, hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic. Somebody hand me a mic, cause I got to say something, so just hand me a mic. When I need to say something, better hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic.
What we saying, Southpaw? Are we rolling?
We're rolling as far as I know so far.
We're rolling.
It looks that way.
Well, this is nice, isn't it?
It's lovely.
This is nice. This is People Like Us. We're back. Thank you, everybody, for watching. At some point in this podcast, there's going to be an ad break for Dash Media. They're our sponsors. We're very grateful. What people must do, Southpaw, changing the subject, what's that statistic about subscribers?
I think we're
stuff?
down to 66% of our viewers aren't subscribed. So if you could just click that subscribe button if you're here for the first time, that would really help us. And we'd really appreciate it. So
it is an improvement, right?
It is. I think we were like high 70s at one point, but it's gets so many new viewers coming in all the time. And if you like what we're doing and you click that, it's going to come up on your feed. So yeah, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. So today's guest is an award-winning tattoo artist. He's part of 116 Tattoos in Bedale. Yeah. From what I can see, he's got some serious talent. We are thankful to be joined today by Mr. Richard, artist Guy.
Thank you.
Woo.
Cheers,
Get up there.
Welcome.
Thank you.
First things first, I've clocked them gold teeth.
All right.
Love them.
Thank you.
Yeah, after my own heart.
Yeah.
Absolute G. Yeah, what's the story? How come you got the gold teeth?
Well, I got them done about 7 years ago. I had bad teeth. So tattooing, I made a bit of money and I wanted to go and sort it out. So
I like it. I like your style.
So I didn't go abroad to do it though.
No.
Yeah, a lot of people do that now with the old turkey teeth. And
I mean, my teeth aren't knackered yet, but they're on the way. But I'd love a gold tooth. I'd love. Some people frown on them. Some people are like, no,
it looks good.
You're not a yardie, but
just do it.
Proper good, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does it make like eating easier? Like just proper chowing down?
Really, not really, but you just have to keep them extra clean, like
yeah,
with, shoe polish on there and scrub them.
Really?
Shoe polish. I was going to say, does it feel no different?
No. You run your teeth across them, like your tongue across them, you can tell a slight difference. It'll be a bit colder. You know what I mean? So gold there, a bit of porcelain in there as well. So.
I love a bit of gold.
Yeah.
Some people think it's tacky, but I'll be tacky. You know what I mean?
Just do it.
It is, isn't it?
Get it done.
Yeah, thank you for talking with People Like Us. Yeah. So, you know what I'm going to do, mate, right? It's an icebreaker. We were going to start this off. We just decided we're going to start off with like, this is your life. Where did it start from? You know what I mean? Boring, right? So we're going straight in. What's the maddest tattoo you've ever been asked to tattoo on someone?
Right. I worked out in Catterick. It's a mad one. And I used to tattoo a lot of like the soldier lads. They'll get each other's names tattooed. And then one got a for sale sign on his bum, which was pretty good, like, but that's the maddest one. And that I can think of. Other ones are like gnarly ones in gnarly places. Like I want a cobweb across the side of my face or whatever, but I'm really wanting to do stuff like that. But the funnier ones are more the best ones, maddest ones. Like
yeah, the cobweb thing. I once, you can probably guess. I once was on a certain website online, right, and I came across a young lady that had a spider's web on her exit hole. Let's just say,
okay.
Very impressive. Is that something you would do?
No.
You just turn it down?
No, yeah, I'll turn that one down. A bit indecent, isn't it? So.
Yeah. So is that the rule? Like, is it like you don't do any tattoos that are like iffy?
My partner's got a lot. She's heavily tattooed,
right.
And I have gone in places where I wouldn't on others. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My wife, but if a female or male came in wanting the genitalia done, I don't think I'd tackle that. It's not.
No.
It's not. You know what I mean? It's a bit private, isn't it? And
it is. It is. It's a touchy one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. You know, pardon the pun. But yeah, no, it's often. I wondered that we had Gemma and Tara on, and they were pretty much no go, weren't they, on that sort of thing. Yeah. I wonder where people do go. Where would people go to get? You know, if let's say I wanted Southpaw's name on my, well, I probably couldn't have it down my willy. I'd probably just have S on mine. To be perfectly honest, I couldn't have Southpaw.
Just do it yourself, I guess.
I know, yeah.
I've done mine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm right down there. Not my actual tackle, but I'm right into there. I'm in the groin and it's all done.
No way.
But I had to do it myself.
Yeah, must be somebody out there that do all that stuff though, surely.
You just got to find the right person and trust them, do you know what I mean? It's about the trust. And
did it on Jackass, right? It shows my age. Remember Jackass?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm sure either Johnny Knoxville got Steve-O on his knob, or vice versa. One of them did.
Rings a bell, that, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Imagine being able to have 5 letters. I can only get one.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So anyway, thank you for coming in, mate. You found it all right?
Yep.
So, okay. Let's start this story from the beginning. Look, for anybody that can research you, they can see you're a very talented tattoo artist, obviously. You've obviously got a hell of a lot of skill. You're part of this 116 tattoo company in Bedale, but let's go back and let's start from the beginning. Okay. You briefly told me that you're from Darlington.
Yep.
And you grew up on the council estates there, basically. Born and bred Darlington lad. So what was that story as to why you went to a Richmond school? That was
the parents separated. We moved around a lot. Grew up in Barton as well. Yeah. Went there for a while. Seen school through whilst I was living in Barton, then came back to Darlow when I hit college. Right. The old Darlow Tech. That's what I went to. Do you remember? It's a housing estate now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're quite nice actually. I've been in one. When you were like growing up, was there any like indications that you were going to head into tattooing? Were you good at drawing particularly? Were you like...
Yeah, it's strange because I've always wanted to be a tattooist. Right. It was just very hard to get into. I remember going into tattoo shops with my dad when I was a little boy, like Redcar and the old Skin Deep in Darlington, if you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
I just remember going in there when I was little and seeing him come back with tattoos. I remember he came back with some newspaper wrapped on his arm, and that's what they must have put onto the tattoos at that time, newspaper over the tattoo to keep the bandage. So, yeah.
Newspaper?
Newspaper, yeah.
You wouldn't do that now, would you?
No, definitely not.
Do you know, I was thinking, I've got a bit of addiction going on at the moment with fish and chips.
Yeah.
And it's sad that it doesn't come in newspaper
it's not the same anymore.
I can remember that. Yeah. I can remember newspaper fish and chips.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
How would that work then? People, you just buy newspaper, or would people like read it and then you'd use it? That can't be right.
No? Like red newspaper then?
Yeah, like red newspaper, and then you just go and, all right, I'll put this on the fish and chips now.
I'm not too sure. But they do it the same way, didn't they? So they have the white paper out now, and it's just pages.
Yeah.
Fucking wrap it up, vinegar on. Loads of vinegar.
I'd have loved to have been around for them times.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, I can remember other uses for newspaper. Let's be honest. There was
Lural.
Yeah. There were them days, once upon a time, when I was growing up, and probably when you were, if the loo roll wasn't in the house, you were using the Radio Times or the newspaper. Like,
tears your ass to bits, man.
Yeah.
God,
yeah.
Old boys, eh?
Yeah, mate, that's what life was like. Yeah, you know, there was always a newspaper in our bathroom for just in cases. Always.
Backup plan, aye.
That's crazy.
It's even horrible when you run out of newspaper and you're tearing off them little absolute nightmare. Oh God, a lot of skill involved in that, isn't there? You know, some accidents happened. Stop. Hold up. Before we carry on, just a quick word from our sponsor. Do you have a business? Thinking about starting one? Dash, the bespoke web design and branding experts. When you have a business that needs a professional online presence, when your current website is starting to look a little outdated and tired, when you have an idea and want to see it brought to life online, that's where Dash can help. Dash create bespoke websites built around your business and its requirements, from exceptional e-commerce stores to sell your products online, to beautiful brochures showcasing who you are and what you do. The team at Dash will become an extension of your business. You'll be assigned a dedicated team who will help guide and advise from the initial design brief all the way to the website launch. Not only that, Dash provide full aftercare to carry out any changes, alterations or updates quickly and efficiently. It's like having your very own personal web development team 365 days a year. Dash understands that in today's world, the right online image, exposure and representation is the key to success. Book in a free, no obligation consultation with one of their experts today to see how Dash can make your online vision an online reality. Just visit www.dashmedia.co.uk or search Dash Media on Google to find out more. Dash, the bespoke website and branding experts. So you mentioned there your dad. So your dad was tattooed, I'm guessing.
Heavily tattooed, are you?
Right.
Yeah, a lot of old school tattoos on him.
All right. So that's where, obviously, as you've been growing up, you've seen a lot of it.
Been around.
Was he? How? I mean, when we say tattooed, how tattooed?
I'd say more like the old school, like the guys where they've got the patches all over them, the old panthers and the naked women.
Yeah.
He got them done in Darlington as well.
Did he?
Many years ago. So
proper bloke tattoos.
Yeah. The swallows on the hands. He actually
that.
removed one himself.
He removed one himself.
He had a swallow in his hand, and he got one of those Dremels. You know the old Dremel drill. fucking
Like a workman's drill.
yeah, like a Dremel, like you can scratch into wood and grind it out himself.
way.
And it removed it, but it's just got like the little scar of the old tattoo there. But
I'll tell you
did
what,
the job.
That's crazy.
they don't make him like they used to. Like that's a different level of tough,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
What did your dad do?
He used to work as many years ago. He worked as a welder, and then he
Yeah,
worked for Dallow Council.
Right.
Now he's retired.
Sounds like a welder type thing. I did ask Tara and Gemma from House of Horrors this. What, in your opinion, what does the tattoo tears mean?
The tears, I think it can mean a few things. You can look online. It'll mean something like a murder, or you upset with something, a rape, or
Really?
it can mean all sorts of like seedy stuff. But there's never been an overline on what it actually means. You know what I mean? There's loads of different meanings for it. A death, sorrow. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Have
really.
you ever done a tattoo tear on somebody?
Not a tear, no.
Can you imagine, like, obviously somebody come in your shop one day, excuse me, hello, how are you doing? Yeah, can you give us some tattoo tears?
Yeah.
You're sitting thinking, what the fuck have you done?
Yeah,
Like,
I've seen other tattoos with them.
have you?
And a few people about with them, but I've never done one.
And the
I would
swallows? What are the swallows? Isn't that something to do with, like, sailors?
Yeah, but then you hear stories like that. You're quick with your hands, like throwing a punch and that as well. There's
it?
loads of different meanings behind them all, so you can never narrow it down to just one meaning. Some might mean that you travel around a lot, but honestly, I couldn't really
Do you
tell you
know, somebody who's, I can see obviously you're heavily tattooed and you'll probably deal with and be around a lot of people that are heavily tattooed, but me and Southpaw had a bit of a brainwave, like a thought just before you come.
getting each other's names tattooed.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's maybe for the future. But what happens, right, when you run out of skin?
Right.
Like, obviously, eventually, you're going
Yeah.
to run out of skin.
Yeah.
So then what do you do?
Then I'll be happy because I'm done, and then
Right,
I'm not
right.
going through all the pain. But I guess start again. I suppose you could rework old ones or black something out. But
Yeah.
I'm nearly done.
Yeah, Tara and... which one was it, Tara or Gemma? One of them's the blackout artist.
I believe Tara is the blackout
Yeah.
artist.
Tara's the blackout artist. Do you know Tara
Yeah.
and Gemma? Oh, you do? You're familiar
yeah,
with them?
yeah.
Oh, right, cool. Right. So
Good
how
times.
did you get to know Tara and Gemma?
The one of the earlier shops in Darlow, the only female tattoo shop. So yeah. So,
Yeah, lovely lasses. Like they
Yeah,
they
good
were
girls.
great.
So you won't have always been a tattoo artist.
No.
So tell us, obviously, standard thing. You went to school like everybody else did. You must have. What was your first type of job?
I was a chef. I started off pot washing in like little village pubs, and then worked up from there. I was a chef for a long time over the years, like through school and whatnot, college, just to make the money.
Which village pub?
Right, Milton Tyres, Milton St George. Do you know the old farmhouse just outside of Darlow?
That's why I asked. I worked in the old farmhouse.
Did you?
Yeah,
When Simon had it?
the bald guy.
No.
No, I worked with a guy called Matthew.
Right.
Remember Matthew? How old were you when you worked at the farmhouse?
Oh, Christ.
I was 17.
Yeah, mid-20s for me.
Right,
Yeah.
missed each other. Yeah, it's funny you said that. As soon as you said the country pub, I thought, I wonder. So I think I had your job once.
Possibly.
Small
yeah.
world, innit?
Yeah. Starting off doing the pots and then working into the starters and up the line.
That was it, yeah.
That's it.
Ping chefs,
Yeah.
literally.
That's it.
It was good. It was a good job.
Yeah.
You got to eat what you wanted.
Yeah. It's
You know.
the shift work kills you though, doesn't it? That's
Wow.
what got it for me.
You know, I'm going to say this now. The person that came up with the split shift has his own place in hell.
Yeah.
You ever done a split shift before, Selma?
No, never.
A split shift, mate, is sent from it's Nazis, mate. Basically, Nazis. So what happens is, you find it a lot in like the catering and the accommodation. No, not what did you work in?
Hospitality.
That's
Yeah.
it. Hospitality. You turn up at 8, right?
Yeah.
You stay till 12 or 11. Then they tell you to fuck off, right, for 3 hours.
Then go back.
And then you
do
come
it
back
again.
Way.
and finish your shift. So you basically, they trap you. Your
Yeah.
whole day is there, but you've only done 8 hours. So they pay shit, and they've got you all day. What can you do in 3 hours? You can't do anything. You're knackered.
Now you've said it, I have heard, and I do know chefs that have done it.
Yeah.
Whereas because I was front of house, I'd always stick around and get everything ready for the second session. But yeah, going home in that little gap, like what are you gonna get done?
Listen, for any employers that are listening to this show, from our international viewers, obviously, if you are running split shifts, you are a Judist. I'm just saying. You don't do split shifts at your place, do you?
No.
Right,
no,
good.
I work when I want, really.
thinking I wasn't calling you a Nazi. You know what I mean? Anyway, so you've done odd jobs. So tell me about how you first got in to tattooing.
I tried to get into it a lot when I was in college, trying to get apprenticeships in like local studios, but them not being old school and I was younger at the time. You always got told to fuck off. Do you know what I mean? It was their thing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Gave up on the idea, carried on with the chef work, and had a baby. And at the time, it's when people started tattooing from home. It was more around. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And I used to go to a lad down the street, and he was doing me little daft tattoos for a couple of quid. And I said, I wouldn't mind getting back into it, like wanting to do this, getting into it. And that's how I started off.
Was it?
Got my own stuff, and I was self-taught. Did it from my flat.
No way.
Yeah, to get the money in.
That's old school.
Yeah.
Absolute G.
And then I went to a shop in Catterick with like a little portfolio I'd made of what I did. And he gave me a job.
Mate, I fucking love this. Like, that is a proper
Long
story.
short,
That's
yeah.
like a proper started from the ground up in it. Like, listen, big respect there.
Cheers.
I you know, you could have, I'd have still respected you, but you could have said, oh, you know, I applied for an apprenticeship. They were a great company, took me straight on, taught me everything, and all breezed through.
Yeah.
Nah,
It's
fam.
Dead
Like,
hard to get.
I can see you. I've got like an image of you, like literally trying to make ends meet. You got a baby. You're in a flat. You're doing probably tattoos because you're doing a day job as well. So around working, you're doing these tattoos, trying to build up a portfolio. Mate, what a grafter!
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's yeah.
I felt it was the only way to get in. We after being told to do one all them times, you know what I mean? And I felt if I show them what I can do, and because I could always draw.
Right.
I was always an artist. I was in a newspaper when I was in nursery for drawing a queen.
Really?
Yeah.
So this runs deep then.
Yeah, I was in it. Always been able to draw. My dad can draw, my sister can, my niece can. So it was just one of them things. And I took to it okay. I was practicing on myself and pigskin and whatnot, and still did the portfolio when I had a few mates getting tattoos off me. Got the job. It was like a week apprenticeship in Catterick, and then after that week I was straight in tattooing people.
Straight in?
Yeah.
Right.
It was
so when you
scary like that.
So you've turned up to this place in Catterick. What was it called?
Can't remember at the time. Tattoo Central.
Is it not around no more?
No, not anymore. It was
Cool.
on Shoot Road in Catterick itself.
Right.
Next to the big Tesco.
So you've rocked up with this homemade portfolio.
Yeah.
Describe this to me. What have we got? Photographs that you've taken?
Just photos, and I printed them out. Boots, you know, them little computers, just printed them all off my phone and took it all in, stuck them down in a little scrapbook and took them in.
So you literally just walked
Yeah,
through
yeah.
the door unannounced, excuse me,
Yep.
blah, blah, blah.
That's right, yeah.
And somebody said, who was the guy or lady called that took you on?
Neil.
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 So Neil saw something in you.
Yeah, that's right.
I like
Exactly
this kid.
that, yeah.
Brought you in.
He thought I was taking the piss at first. He didn't think I did them
Right.
because they were all right. But,
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. So he's probably. So did he put you to the test? sort of
Yeah,
thing?
he did.
Right. Tell us what
I had
happened.
to do a tattoo on one of his apprentices, and he had to watch me do it. Right. So I was allowed to choose the tattoo. I drew it out on the stencil, put on this lad, and did the tattoo.
Right.
And then he gave me a job,
Just like that.
just like that. It was scary, mate. I tell you,
I bet you were
nervous.
shitting
Nervous, but
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
big time.
Because this is it really. Like all this,
Yeah.
like you say, like you've always been interested in tattoos. Like obviously you had this talent for drawing. You were doing fucking split shift at the old farmhouse, fucking doing tattoos from your flat, and it all basically culminated into this fucking moment.
Yeah.
I am in a fucking tattoo shop.
Yeah.
This mush
all I
Neil
wanted, yeah.
is watching me, and
Yeah.
I have to do this right.
That's right,
What
yeah.
was the tattoo of?
It was a Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper.
Yeah, and I did on a thigh.
Right. How big was it?
Yeah. Just shy of A4 maybe.
About that big?
Yeah.
About 30 centimeters, something like that.
Yeah. It took a while, but
And it come out all right, good quality.
yeah, it got me a job, I suppose.
Right.
So I was happy with that.
So within a week, he's got you tattooing people.
Yeah,
Right. And then so that was it. That was the start of it.
that was, yeah.
So how long were you with Neil?
About 2 years, and then he opened up another studio in Northallerton, and I went there for a long time under another guy who was running that shop. And then one of the lads I work with got an apprenticeship there, and we were just there for a while. Then we opened up in Bedale.
Right.
That was it, really.
So that's 116.
Yeah.
So first things first about this 116, I can normally like figure it out. Like the House of Horrors, I get it. Jim and Tara Horrors, like I get
Yeah.
it. 116. What's
It's
the story?
the lad who runs the shop. It's his old motocross number. He used to do a lot of motocross.
Right.
And he's pretty good at it, and that was his bike number, so kept it.
I get it.
116.
116.
116.
So what's 116 is It's a tattoo studio.
Yeah.
What's you're a tattoo artist within 116?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. Yeah. Who's the owner of 116?
A lad called Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
And how long has it been around?
It's 6 years we've been in Bedale, and we're in the new premises now. We've been there 2 years.
Right,
Since lockdown, we were in like an upstairs studio, and it was a little bit closed off and in separate rooms, and we thought we'll move on to an open plan shop.
So how many of you are working at 116? 4.
Yep.
You and 3 others?
Yep.
Chris being one of them?
Yes.
Cool. Good camaraderie, good group, good team?
Mint team, yeah.
Yeah, like the
Good
colleagues?
banter, all good.
Do you ever have like any competition for like who's the best?
No.
Do you just know you're the best?
No, I don't think I am. There's another lad in there, and he's mint.
Is he?
Really good, yeah. Jamie Watson.
Jamie Watson.
Very good.
So what, you're crowning him the king of 116?
I kind of taught him as well, so
Yeah,
that's
so
all
you
right,
can
isn't
say
it?
that, can't you? You know what I mean? Taught him everything he knows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, cool. So styles, like, you know, obviously within 116, you got these 4 people,
Yeah.
right? Do you all have like a different tattoo style, like a speciality?
Yeah.
How would you describe yours and others?
I'd say mine's more like, it's black and grey realism. I like to get the black in there, so I'd say extra black, dark realism, black and grey with a horror twist, I suppose.
Right.
But yeah, I'd just try and keep it as dark as possible. Chris, he does a lot of like new school, colourful graffiti, caricaturist sort of stuff. Jamie will do black and grey as well, but he's really good at his colour realism, like portrait stuff and animals, all colour.
Yeah.
Really good. And little Alex, he'll do all the fine lines and girly ones.
Girly
For all
ones.
the
Like,
girls.
I don't know whose work I was looking at. There was an owl picture. I mean, to be fair, mate, there was absolutely loads of them. It boggles my mind how you're doing that. With how
Yeah, I
the
did that one.
fuck? How the fuck are you doing that with a like? I feel like you're gonna say, listen, just between us, right? That's bollocks. That's not really a tattoo,
Right.
Like that's a picture. Like, mate, that is not a tattoo.
It
Somebody
is,
has
and
not drawn that
it's
with a tattoo
healed that
gun.
as well. The guy, I was blessed with that client. He had the best skin to tattoo. It just made everything hold and pop.
Huh? So
Really
that's
well.
the thing. The best skin.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the skin. I was like, oh, it's going to hold as well. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. Good aftercare, especially.
No, I've never heard anybody say that about the skin.
Yeah.
So there is. So what is good skin?
Well,
What is
I
bad
don't want to
skin?
be tattooing like tanned, weathered skin. Do you know what I mean? This guy was quite pale.
That's me out then.
Without slating him, pale, and he just everything about it was bang on. He looked after it 100%. You know what I mean? I like to check in on him as well. Give him a message after doing a tattoo, see how they're healing up, if there's any issues. Just like
Yeah, like who was I seen? Wasn't there somebody else Southport sent? It was like a guy. So I think it looked like a famous. Was it Hannibal Lecter? No, like this guy. No, who's
that's
like
Salvador Dali, that one, innit?
like this is a drawing, isn't it? Right,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, fam, like that is off it.
Cheers.
That is absolutely off it. Like,
Yeah, the detail on that is crazy,
Thank you.
man.
so you've drawn that.
Yeah. It's an old
What-
one, like, but yeah.
What are you using to draw that,
Graphite
Just
sticks.
graphite?
Yeah,
mate? Like,
just one color.
my brain can't make sense of it because the
Yeah.
details. My brain can't compute it. I can't understand that you've drawn that.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of feel like it's going to be like a big swizz. I kind of feel like somebody in the end is going to go, listen, we're not really fucking drawing this.
Yeah,
like,
just
you know what I mean?
blagged everyone all the time.
Yeah, it's just a blag.
Yeah.
But it really is happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Wow.
Thank you.
Completely wow. Mind gone. Okay, so we touched on that, like art and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, as well as tattooing, you're selling, commissioning art.
I'd say I'd like to say I'm an artist before a tattoo artist.
Well, I
I'm
think, yeah,
passionate
you-
more for the art and paintings. Do a lot of paintings and drawings.
Right.
Some commission. Sometimes I can't part with them and they're just hung on my wall.
Really?
But yeah, I like to draw and paint.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. But to be fair, aren't most 99% of tattoo artists before tattooers, because it all started off with drawing, right?
Some are, but I know some artists who can't draw or won't draw.
No.
Honestly, you know
No.
what I mean. At the end of the day, a tattoo, if you're copying from a picture a lot of the time, especially with realism. Someone wants a portrait or an animal, you're using the reference, which will be something printed off. Do you know what I mean? Or you've designed it on an iPad, or you've drawn it, whatever. But some artists don't draw.
I didn't think you'd say that.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a bigger part of a tattoo, and everyone should draw if you're a tattoo artist, but some don't.
So there's somewhere out there. So you don't actually have to be a good drawer to make a living as a tattoo artist.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're going to be a good tattoo artist. Do you know what I mean?
I'd say that to make a living.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So it is possible. And you do know or have come across tattoo artists. I won't ask you to name them, obviously.
No.
But yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you think, okay, the other way around, do you think everybody that can draw good or is artistically inclined, let's say, do you think they'll all make for good tattoo artists?
A lot would with the right training and
you
whatnot.
think?
But it's all down to, you can teach someone how to tattoo, but you can't teach them how to be good at tattooing.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Well,
You
yeah.
can teach someone how to draw, but it's down to them to put the graft in and get good at it, same as tattooing. So if you have got a good artist and they're going to have a go at tattooing, they have to put the time in and the practice and get good to their artistic standards to be a good tattooist.
Yeah, it makes sense, I guess. It's something I often wondered, like, are all tattoo artists just expert drawers first?
The majority of them are, but there is a lot that isn't. I mean, it's the same in them old shops when you go in and pick something off the wall. A lot of them just did that.
Really?
Take the design off the wall, tattoo that straight on. They didn't draw that. That's you buy them in.
It's just like a stencil.
Yeah, you make it into a stencil.
Yeah. I got, obviously I'm not anywhere near your caliber, but I have 2 tattoos on my body. One of them is a squiggle, basically. I got when I was 17. I thought it was cool. Got it on my ankle. Regret it now.
Right.
But that was a stencil. You know, that's how that was done.
Yeah.
It wasn't done freehand.
Yeah.
It was a picture on a wall, and I pointed it out.
Pointed
and
out,
that
and
squiggle
then you
ended
turned
up.
it into a stencil and
Yeah.
printed it on.
You don't use stencils.
Yeah, we all use stencils.
You all use stencils,
Yeah,
but they're your own stencils.
Yeah, of course. So if I'm doing like, you bring me a picture of a loved one, I'll put that on I hand do my stencils, so I'll put on the sheet, which is a carbon sheet, and I'll literally draw over that loved one of yours, and then I'll put it on you and tattoo it.
Right.
That's how it works, really.
Right, I get it.
Is that what
Unless-
you did with that owl one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I found the image of like an owl photography messed on with the contrast of it on an iPad, and then drew it all out as a stencil.
Wow.
And then applied it to get exactly the same as the reference.
Huh. Is there any tattoos that you haven't done that you would like to do?
Wow.
Probably tons.
That's a hard question, that one. I've been tattooing a long time. And I like the gnarlier tattoos. So if someone wants a big skull on the side of the neck, I'd be more than happy to do that. I like that sort of stuff. The scary, the in-your-face type of tattoos.
Yeah, the ones that are pushing the boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah, say you're probably getting to a point now. Well, I'm not saying you're bored or anything, but you've seen a lot of tattoos, and I suppose them ones like get your juices flowing again. Like this is like a bit extreme.
Yeah.
It's like pushing a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Does tattooing and piercing always come together? Are they hand in hand?
We don't think so. We don't have a piercer in our studio.
Right.
We just want to focus more. It's going to piss people off, but I don't see piercing being like an art form for me. I've got piercings, but we'll focus more on the art and the tattoos. The body mod stuff, that's a no-no as well.
Right.
Not for me.
Not for you.
Not for us lot.
Would you tattoo an eyeball?
No, that's different. All that you can't actually go into an eyeball and tattoo it. No, the actual eyeball. No, it's injected in.
Oh, so people aren't getting their eyes tattooed?
No.
Right.
So are you're talking about when they're all black, the whites are black?
Yeah.
It's like a syringe, and they put the ink in it, and they go into that jelly layer of your eye. I think there's 3 areas in the eyeball they do it, and then it kind of like disperses into the eyeball.
Permanent.
Yeah. Apparently you have to like, keep having it topped up though.
Right.
I don't know
just gonna get
where the ink goes like to top it up. But
Just going to get my eye topped up. Imagine. Do you know anybody that's had an eye done?
no, I've seen the odd person at conventions because I work a lot with them. So you see them walking around like the body mod people. Do you know what I mean? They've got like lots of like scarification going on and heavy black work, and they're the characters that.
In your opinion, is that pushing it too far? In your opinion?
Yeah, it's not for me.
Not for you.
It's not for me. I respect them who do it, but I wouldn't want to do it like that.
No.
It's just a different level, isn't it?
Yeah, like there's some people like you've seen them with that the tongues cut and like
tongue splitting. Yeah,
look like lizards or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they turned into a dinosaur.
yeah.
Basically.
I wouldn't say it's like a bad thing or too far, but if they're happy in that level of where they want to push themselves,
Yeah.
then fair play. Do you know what I mean? I'll push myself to get as fully saturated in tattoos as I want, but I won't cross that line to go into that level where they want to be.
I get you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. No, it makes sense. Yeah, it does. It makes sense.
So respect to them for doing it, but it's not for me.
No. Well, okay. So, tattoo like style is there evidently you're very good. Who does somebody who has your talent look up to? Where are you getting inspiration from? What are you?
Everyone. Every tattooist. I buzz off tattoos in general.
Right.
You know what I mean? They might be starting out or really further in the careers. I just enjoy looking at them.
Yeah.
There's bigger names out there that they're my idols. Like there's a guy called Paul Booth. He does a lot of like dark black and grey horror.
Paul Booth.
Yeah.
Where would we find Paul Booth?
He's an American.
He's American.
Guy.
How long's he been doing it for?
Oh, fucking hell. A long time. I'd say.
Right.
30, 40 years there he is.
So he's the man, is he?
For me, he is, yeah. Still one of my favourite guys.
Wow.
That's him there with the bald head and the...
That's him.
Yeah.
He looks like an absolute G.
Yeah.
I love that. I like his tattoos.
Just like that one there, just underneath that one, like the textures he uses in it.
This one.
Either or, yeah. That bodysuit one there.
That's insane.
Yeah, he gets it dark, it stays in, lots of texture, looks good.
That's insane. So, like, how is he doing this? How is that? That doesn't make any sense. It's one of them that like,
he's pushing it with a lot. The transparent thing, in them the lights coming down. That's got me like, oh fuck, how is he doing that? But he's been doing it a long time.
right.
It's one of like the old schooler ones, but he's with him being old school, he's still always stayed really good. A lot of old school guys like kind of like loose path and they don't keep up with the times of the tattooing. He's still pushing it. We're doing mad stuff, and you can respect that because he's class.
Yeah. Is there like, so I was going to, the next question, not just who, but what is the tattoo style that you, no, I don't want to use the word respect. I don't mean that. Like that you admire the most, where you think, God, that's difficult to do. Is there a style or is it your style?
Yeah, I suppose I'd respect all styles, but watching the lad I work with doing his colour realism, I'm like, Christ, I don't think I'd want to tackle that. Do you know what I mean?
What's colour realism? How do you see that?
Kind of like this, but in colour.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like mad colours and animals and skulls and whatnot.
Right.
I've seen that one on Earth Earth. He's done that one. That's pushing it, but it looks cool at the same time.
Jesus.
Yeah, he did all that.
It does look amazing. It is a bit far for me, like, but
yeah.
I mean, she's had her eye done as well, right?
Yeah.
Look at that there. So she's had blue ink stuck in her eye.
Blue.
Wow. Yeah. Paul Booth there.
Yeah, I think it's
Shout
brilliant.
out Paul Booth. The king of, what's the style?
Yeah, horror, black and grey, I guess.
Yeah, the king of horror, black and grey.
Yeah, he's mint.
Yeah, he is. He sounds it. Yeah, so where are we up to? What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. Apprenticeships, something I want to touch on. So you guys, I'm assuming you guys offer apprenticeships.
We have done in the past year. We've had a few come and go.
What does an apprentice, like, what's the path for an apprentice? Obviously yours is a bit different to the average path, but if somebody's out there and they're wanting to get into tattooing, what advice would you give them? Like and second question is what does the journey look like? So let's say somebody comes onto 116, what does their journey look like to get from there to there?
Yeah, well, they'll need to start off by coming in with like a bit of a portfolio of artwork. Show any kind of art you do. It could be photography, drawing, painting. That's what we really want. We want someone to have an understanding of art. If they're good enough, then we'll take them on as an apprentice, which will be going through the basics of. They'll do a bit of the old shop cleaning as well. So you have to do that, making cups of tea. Like learning how to do the stencil side of things. Right. How to apply stencils, learn your machines, needles, and just draw, and then go on to like the fake skins and the pig skins and yourself, and you got to be willing to tattoo yourself as well.
Right, that's part of it.
I think so, yeah.
Is there any tattoo artists that don't have tattoos, or is that just not a thing?
I've never seen.
You never met
seen
one?
non-tattoos with no tattoos.
No.
It's like going to a dentist with bad teeth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, never seen a dentist with bad
Yeah.
teeth. What does...
Sorry, just Tara was saying about the whole apprenticeship side of things, that when they get to that moment where they're finally trusted to start tattooing people, she'll make them fully take apart
A machine. Okay.
put it all back together,
Yeah.
and then tattoo themselves with that
you
machine.
have to learn the tools what you're going to use, because if that breaks on you whilst you're doing a tattoo, you've got to know how to fix that quick, because there might not be another one for you to use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. And it could be mid-tattoo.
It could be, yeah.
So you can't fuck about, pardon my language. You got to get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you like stay, like, this is coming off the apprentices, I will come back. Like, how do you stay focused? You know, like when you've got a tattoo and it's a big one, like it's like an all-day job.
Yeah.
Like, I can't sit still for 30 minutes.
Right.
So, like, how are you able to sit for hour after hour after hour and just focus and concentrate with such little precision? Like, okay, what drugs are you taking? Do you know what I mean?
I
Like,
just enjoy it. I'll sit there for hours and draw and tattoo. Yeah, you've got to have the banter going as well and a bit of convo going whilst you're tattooing them. But I'll sit there as long as it takes to get the tattoo looking good and being on there. But I just enjoy it.
yeah.
Enjoy it.
Just like all the focusing, is it bad for your eyes?
I do need glasses, and I do get like when I'm tired, you'll twitch on the go, but and a bad back. But yeah, I suppose it will over time. It's going to knock your eyesight off, especially
Yeah.
my back.
No, I imagine. I like similar to like staring at screens, really. I
Yeah.
mean, because you know, though that job is historically known for ending up with glasses, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
But your one, like because you're having to really focus in on something and really look at the detail. And yeah, I guess eyesight's keeping it right's a big thing.
Man up
You can't
and
have bad
enjoy it.
eyes doing tattoos, can you?
No, definitely not.
No, it's part of it.
Everyone's got a bad back and tattooing though.
Yeah. I want to ask you about the for apprentices and stuff. Like, what's the passage? Because I always think to be an apprentice, right, you have to be living at home with your parents,
Right.
Because there's no money. So, like,
Right.
is that a myth or is that just the crack?
There is no money in apprenticeships unless people are doing it now, but it's an unpaid job. You dedicate your time to a studio, and they're in return are paying you in learning a craft which you're all going to make money from.
Yeah, I
Oh,
get
man.
that. I just think how feasible is that for like most people? Like, if people are applying 40 hours of their week or whatever to the store, how on earth do people live? Therefore, do they have to be kids, basically?
When I worked in Northallerton, a young lad got an apprenticeship there, and he was doing his time in the shop and then going to do a night shift in a nightclub straight after till early hours, going to bed and repeating the same process around.
Wow.
So I mean, that was his only way of making money. He was living at home and he needed a job, but he wanted to be a tattooer, so he put that time into doing both.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's to say you were probably doing something like that once upon a time, were you? I guess a version of it, doing work and tattooing on the side. Yeah. I guess, it boils down to that. Like, how much do you want it? Isn't it?
Exactly.
If you want it, you got to get your hustle on. You know what I mean? And it's not forever.
No.
You know, if you earn your keep and you get to a decent standard, then it won't always be like this.
That's right.
How long does it take to? Is it like the standard 4 years to go through an apprenticeship?
It can be, yeah. You could be one of the lucky ones and get through one quick because you picked it up. Or it can take like 4, 5, 6 years, depending on the person itself.
Because I guess there will be like prodigies out there that like literally like within 3 or 4 weeks, it's just like, fuck me, this guy's gifted.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're rare.
Yeah.
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 You might have been that prodigy.
Possibly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It kind
possibly.
of sounds like you were.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank
you're
you.
drawing a picture when you were a nursery
Yeah.
of the Queen.
Aye.
Getting an award for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit naughty, isn't it? What's the like in an apprentice? What's the do's and don'ts? Like, what's the must have and must not do? Like, what are the do's and don'ts?
I think commitment's a must. You got to go all in at it, and you can't just slack off and start saying, "Oh, I can't come in today." You just need to just graft and do it.
Yeah.
As for the don'ts, I guess. Have I just covered the don'ts? Do's.
Yeah, I guess that would be a don't. I guess, yeah. Like, you don't take the piss, don't take a day off, sort of thing.
Just go all in at it. That's the best thing you can do, really.
Is there something
Dedicate yourself to it. If you're passionate about that one thing you want to have as a future, then just go all in.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's the That's the do, I guess.
Yeah.
That they must have.
Yep.
If the day they come through your door for the first time, they must have talent though. You must be able to see.
Yeah.
You're not taking anybody in blindly, is what I'm saying.
No.
Right.
They have to have some sort of artist thing about them. Do you know what I mean? And we can just help them along with that, like push them like new techniques and whatever, like with the drawings to get them to get better. Does that mean? Do you know what I mean?
It makes sense.
So.
I get you. So I want to jump back. I've jumped onto apprentices, but I forgot to ask you. Do you know about your art that you do?
Yeah.
What is your art the same style as your tattooing?
Some of it is, but I do a lot of painting more than drawing, and I'll only ever paint in colour. But I want tattoo colour because I can't fucking do it.
Huh?
Yeah. I can do it, but I'm not great at it, and I don't get asked for it as much as black and grey. But I paint like really realistic, heavy colour paintings.
Yeah, I've seen some of them. Didn't you do one of that? I don't know what movie it's of. It's like a clown or something.
Pennywise.
I don't think it was Pennywise. I think he's off like the Hills of Eyes or something. This guy.
Oh, the Captain Spaulding. Yeah.
What film was this off?
Is it House of a Thousand Corpses?
Was it
that one? Or Devil's Rejects? One of them.
I can't remember. Oh, it could be Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, what a film. Have you seen that before, Southpaw?
I haven't seen that one.
Mate,
No.
Creepy, isn't it? Aye.
mint film that. You remember that Southpaw? I'm going to watch that.
Devil's Rejects.
I'm
I'll
sure
give,
I
I'll
watched
give it
that.
a watch.
I'm sure I watched that at the cinema when it came out, years ago.
Yeah.
I've never seen it since. You've just proper stuck it back in my head.
I'm sure it's
How
That
how
one was
often are you like doing these paintings? Is it like a weekly thing that you're doing, or is it just?
I haven't painted in a while. I'll like try and get one in a month, every 2 months. But in the lockdown, I was knocking them out like 3 a day
Really?
because it was the only way of making some money as well. Because
Yeah.
I was selling them,
Right.
and I was lucky enough to have a couple of guys wanting to buy them, and they were commissioning me. So we were off work for a long time in that lockdown, and that was the only way I could make some money.
Which is fucked up in my opinion, to be fair.
I didn't think about that, but tattooing, a massive no during COVID.
Like on my Instagram, there's just a row of photos where it's just the paintings. That was the lockdown period because that's all I could post up. There was no tattooing going on.
So what did you like? That must have been a real difficult time for you.
Well, yeah.
Real difficult.
Yeah.
Because it kind of came quick,
Yeah.
didn't it? The lockdown. No one was prepared. It wasn't like they said, "Listen, in 6 months this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Get your shit together." It was just like, "Oh, this isn't that bad. Oh, it's really bad. Nobody can do anything.
Yeah.
Stop."
We were one of the first to shut and last to open as well. And then we went back to work, didn't we, for a bit? And then we got stopped again. So it's messed everyone up.
Yeah. So how did you transition from all of a sudden being a tattoo artist to shit? Let's make money drawing. Like, what did you do? How did you do it?
I draw anyway, but I just used that time to start painting a bit more. And then luckily people were seeing them and bought a few off me.
So you were putting them on your socials
Yeah.
and stuff, and people were contacting you.
That's
How
right,
do I
yeah.
get this? How do I get this? And you thought, bingo.
Yeah, got it. And
Yeah.
then you say, "Oh, can you paint this? Can you paint that?" And I'll do it.
Yeah.
Just went from there.
Well, that childhood skill, I guess, that childhood abilities is helped you out there.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
Yeah, respect for that. Like, again, back to your hustle, I guess, back to your grind, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Same thing. So we had, as we mentioned a few times, we've had, and we were very grateful to have Gemma and Tara from the House of Horrors in. They mentioned something to us, right, about studios popping up, about a lot of studios popping up and it becoming very saturated. What's your thoughts on that?
In Darlington itself?
I think they were talking about Darlington, but I assume it means everywhere.
Okay.
I assume.
There's a lot in Darlow now, I think. 15 in total,
Wow.
I think. From
15.
the very famous one tattoo shop that was there.
Skin
many
Deep.
years ago, yeah.
So there was a time there was only one,
Yeah,
Skin Deep.
Skin Deep.
And that
They're
was-
not the first. There was older generations before them.
Who's that?
But Skin Deep were the main ones from Darlow, and it was just them.
And it boxed off.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah. And then you hear the stories about them. I'm not allowed to say stuff like them burning other shops down or threatening you and whatever else. The stories, it's not true.
No. I've heard them. Yeah, I've heard them, yeah. Whether they're true
Because
or
it
not,
was,
who knows,
Tara
Was that
did
Tom?
mention quite like a eureka moment that me and Dan didn't really think about when she came on about all these new studios popping up. Obviously, one, it's taken away from probably the really talented and quality artists and good outfit shops like yourself and like House of Horrors. But secondly, we were shocked, and she was like, you know, some of these studios are just like a one-man space.
Yeah.
And then you're just in there with these sometimes young people who are coming to get tattooed, and that's a bit of like
the private studio.
Yeah,
thing.
private
And
studios.
that's a lot of them that keep popping up is the private studios. I'm not fully into that, and fair enough if people want to do it like that. I'd like to be amongst the other artists and get a buzz off them. But as for the private thing, like you were just saying there, you can put yourself and other people in a situation where you're going into a shop, you don't know what you're walking into, you don't know who the guy is tattooing you, and it can be a bit weird, can't it?
Yeah.
Unless you know that person.
Excuse me.
I'm not against them. I've got a couple of friends who have private studios and they're doing well in their field. They have their own clientele for that reason, but I'm not into that.
I think it's important to mention lots of these studios are reputable, and they are full of genuine, really good tattoo artists. But there, there's going to be the occasional ones, and me and Dan were like, "Whoa, we didn't think about that." Like some of these young kids just going to try and get a tattoo for the first time.
Like my daughter going to a private studio with an old man sat there doing her a tattoo.
And it's a shame, isn't it? Because there are these horror stories. That Tara kindly shone a light on for us. We were completely oblivious to this sort of thing. We never even thought of it. But after she said it, we were like, oh shit, yeah. And it's a shame that these, I imagine, very rare horror stories, they're going to cast a shadow over.
Yeah, of course it will.
Over people who are trying to be on their own. You know what I mean? Like these, for the most part, they're probably hardworking people and trying to set their own company up. Maybe they do want to have a studio with lots of people in one day, but they're just starting up. And because of that horror story, it's going to put people off.
Yeah, even if they want, if people have experienced something a bit unusual in a private shop, it might even make them feel uneasy going into a bigger shop full of people. Do you know what I mean? Because they've had that scare. I think just put two and two together. The tattooists are all weirdos, but
it's true. It's true. But big up Tara. She did. If anybody's got a chance, definitely listen to the.
I fully agree with that one.
Yeah, if anyone gets a chance who is listening, listen to what episode was that, Southpaw?
That'd be a good guess. Maybe
I've seen the clip. But I've not
like mid-50s episode.
Yeah,
I'll leave the link below.
Yeah, definitely give it a listen because not only are they great people, and they have great stories, respectively. There was some really, really good points made in that. I really appreciated her bringing it up. It was quite moving, to be honest. So we're going to have a look at this. We're going to talk about conventions.
Yeah.
So we've got an image, right, Southpaw? Let's have a look at this image. What's going on in this image? What are we seeing here? What's this?
Right. So what have I wrote there? So I won a few awards with some tattoos I did, basically. Top left one, I did that at the convention, and I think that was first place, black and grey. The second picture of the squirrel, I think I won second place with that one. The big leg one, that was first place, healed black and grey. And that one on myself, which I did myself, was second place, healed black and grey. So I won first and second in that same category. But I did that myself. So it was heels. I thought, I'll stick it in there.
I tell you what, that's a chest out moment, isn't it? That's first and second. Like, get back. So basically, I own this award. Basically, I own all of the award. Third must have been good. Like, he lost twice, didn't he? Lost to the same guy twice. Like, third's wounded. It's true. So what's I'm a bit of a moron, right? So I don't really know what a convention is.
Okay.
So like, what's going on at a convention? Because I didn't know you people were getting tattooed at a convention.
Yeah,
I thought people would just come in and like you were just like, I don't know, showing pictures of the stuff you do.
No, everyone sat there tattooing. Basically, it's like a massive hall or a complex, and there's loads of tables. We call them booths. So you sit at your booth and you tattoo. Some people go there to do walk-ups, where you can go there and get a tattoo. We like to go there and do a tattoo with something either ongoing or something for comp. Right. So, I mean, we like kind of trophy chase a little bit.
Right.
So that's how we like to do it.
That was the next question. What's the purpose in going to these conventions? It's for accolade.
Yeah, and it's
trophy chasing.
Yeah.
Because it looks good.
Of course,
you know what I mean? That's how you get your awards.
You show off what you're doing at the time, and it's just one of them. It's like you kind of networking as well.
Networking with other tattoo artists.
Yeah, you just lines of them
How would networking with other tattoo artists help? Because aren't you just in competition?
You are, but you'll get to see what each other's doing, and the public will get to see what everyone's doing. They'll find like a new artist for them to go and get a tattoo off. But when you do meet other artists, you can do guest spots at their studio, which is where you go there for a weekend and you do tattoos there.
Right.
So you're opening that field of like clientele in that town as well. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I get you. Okay, that makes sense. I guess so. What's the only convention I've ever heard of is Comic-Con.
Yeah.
What's the Comic-Con of tattooing?
It's kind of like that. So
Right.
you go to Comic-Con and it's got all like the booths, hasn't it, with all the toys and costumes, bits like that, but someone's tattooing on each booth.
Right.
And you will have your display up, you'll have your banner up so people can find you if they want a tattoo off you.
Right.
You'll have your portfolios in front of you and you're doing a tattoo so they can watch you do a tattoo.
So in these conventions, obviously, there's all these booths with, let's say, 116, House of Horrors, da-da-da-da-da. So you got the tattoo artists are there.
Yeah.
Who are the people getting the tattoos?
Your clients.
So are people, just the general public are coming? I guess they've got to be interested in tattoos. That's why they would go.
Yeah, the general public can go, and a lot of artists will do it where the public can get a tattoo there and then, whilst we don't do it like that. We'll take a client who we know can sit long because we want to do a long tattoo for a competition or something ongoing on the sleeve or whatever, so we'll add to that.
Right.
So we tend to take our own people
That makes sense.
that we've tattooed before.
Yeah.
To do them
less room for error. Look, if you're chasing an award, you've got to cross every T and dot every I, haven't you? And if you're just some general member of the public, like, have they got the shit skin? Have the thingy? Are they fidgety? Like, they could fuck your work up, pardon my language, and make you look not as good as you are. So you that's a good tactic, that, to be honest. You know for a fact this guy's skin or this lady's skin's bang on, they sit still,
Exactly
they know us. Yeah, I like it. What is the same question is, like, Comic-Con is probably the mecca for comic books.
Yeah.
What's the mecca for tattooing? What is the
biggest
pinnacle?
ones? Christ, there's so many. There's some abroad, like the big London show, the Milan show, Amsterdam's pretty good. It's all different ones.
What are they called, them ones?
The big London show, I think one's called. Amsterdam, they're just whatever.
Right.
Yeah, Amsterdam Tattoo Show.
Right.
The bigger ones. Then there's a New York one, which is a big NY Tattoo Show, I think it's called. Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
Huh. So this one has, like, the most prestige in our country.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends. Some tattoo conventions are like favourite to certain people. Do you know what I mean? I have my favourites, and that's my biggest I'd like to do. But yeah, that's a good one to go to.
That is another question. What is there a convention that you haven't been to that you'd love to?
Yeah, I'd like to do the Amsterdam one.
Yeah.
Just get away and go abroad and do it, because I've never been abroad to do a tattoo convention.
Huh.
I mean,
Yeah, these look huge.
yeah, they can be. You can get small ones which are nice because you get like the little chill vibe going on, but then you get the bigger ones. It's more stressful and scary with all the people around. But
No, I imagine.
it's the Amsterdam one. It's pretty good.
Where? Which one?
The poster for it was at the top.
Amsterdam Tattoo Convention. So people from all over Europe and the world are coming to these,
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say, like, when I asked you about what was, like, the mecca of, like, tattoo, I was almost certain you were going to say something in America. Because, like, America always have the best.
Yeah.
So it's not.
No, nothing that I fancy going to. There's the Empire State one. That's a really big one, but
Is it?
I wouldn't really want to travel to that one. I think just to go abroad to the Amsterdam one, I'd like to do that or whatever.
Which conventions do you regularly attend?
I change them up a lot. I do York most years. I did Newcastle this year. Manchester used to be one of my regular ones I'd go to, but they've changed, and a lot of them have stopped as well since the lockdown. They've all just changed up. But York's a regular one. Newcastle.
They're not, so some have shut down since
a lot of them have stopped.
the vid, and they haven't fired back up.
No,
That's a shame.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of businesses, a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of things affected that haven't really ever came back from it. I heard some, like, mad statistic, right, that, like, I'm going to butcher it, so I'm not even going to, like, pull the number out, but I think it was in New York, like, the amount of restaurants, the percentage of restaurants that closed and never reopened due to that time you would think, oh, like 2%, 3%. Nah, fam. Like it was like a shockingly big figure.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Like I'm sure I heard a figure that was like 2/3.
Really?
And you're like, what the fuck?
It's
So basically,
upsetting, isn't it?
The only people that survived are the big people, like who've got bottomless pits of money. But any independents just see you in a bit.
Yeah, it's upsetting for them. But
It is. It's
businesses like
awful.
that.
It is. It's awful. So we're going to what achievements awards? So like, how many awards have you won?
It's going to make me sound arrogant, this, isn't it?
No, not at all.
37.
37.
Yep.
37.
37.
Over what time period?
16 years of tattooing, I guess. Minus the
37.
first year when I weren't really doing them. I started doing them straight away, conventions.
So you're winning about 2.2 a year,
Yeah,
2.3 a
I
year,
suppose so, yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
That's not bad, mate. That's
you.
not bad. I mean, do you know what? I'm saying that, but like, I don't actually have anything to go off. You could say, yeah, other people get 100. Like,
Yeah.
What is the?
It depends how often you go to the shows, I suppose.
Do you know anybody that's got more awards than you?
Yeah, there's
you?
loads out there that have got loads of awards. Right?
Been in the game a long time, and
Yeah.
then they're just constantly doing these conventions. How many conventions are in a year?
That's one of them you'd have to jump online and see, because there's a lot of like cities, obviously in the UK, and some cities will hold 2 to 3, run by different companies or independent tattoo shops that'll start them up as well. So like say Liverpool might have 2 on a year, run by 2 separate things. Manchester, it's the same, they have like 3. Depends on who's running them.
Right.
Was there like many years in the beginning that you just go and not win? Or
When I was like earlier in my career, I was doing like 8 tattoo conventions a year. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't
8?
Yeah.
Wow.
It cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go in there and you have to pay to be there.
Yeah.
And it costs a lot. But I didn't win them all. But I was just desperate to work them because I enjoyed and trophy chase as well, I guess.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, look, I mean, that's if somebody is looking for a tattoo artist to get a tattoo done, it's like a good and a big one, you know what I mean? They're going to invest some money into it. They are going to be looking at the award type people. That's what they want, I think.
I think these days, though, it's not like a big thing now. If you got that title, award-winning artist, it's not something you get asked about anymore.
Is it not?
No, not anymore.
That surprises me.
Yeah, it's just one of them. It's just filling up a shelf, collecting dust, I suppose.
Looks good, though.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah.
good.
You got like a proper trophy cabinet for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
it's nice when people come over and ask about them, I suppose. It's a story behind each one.
Yeah.
So,
To house 37, did you say?
yeah. I built a shelf for my living room. They're all stacked there.
I was going to say, it must be some size cabinet.
Yeah, I built it.
37 awards,
That's
imagine.
not bad going, like.
Thank you.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
the big dick energy in your house.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Jesus
Do you know what I mean? It's good though. Yeah. So let's talk about like what's your proudest achievement?
Proudest.
Yeah. Is it like rephrase it? Is there like I'm gonna tell my kids that story? Like what is there one of them? I mean, there must be.
I've got a trophy which was pretty good. I won. It was back in 2015, 16. I won Best UK Male Tattooist, and that was
Say that again.
Best UK Male Tattooist. It was
Whoa.
held at a tattoo convention, and they had 5 like main artists from the UK up, and on the night they decide who the winner is, and I won that. There was like 5 males, 5 females, 5 newcomers, and then old school lot, and I won that one. That was one of the proudest ones.
That's a big
I mean,
accolade, right?
Yeah,
Does that take? You got an award for that?
I did. Yeah,
Does that sit front
yeah,
and
it's
center?
right. It is right at the front.
Does it say #1 UK male?
It says Best UK Male Tattooist 2016.
Yeah, you
but
should get that tattooed.
I should.
Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it was a nice night, and to be recognised by all them people and that, I put the work in, I suppose, and
Yeah.
it was nice.
Who you know when you win these awards like that, like who's voting for it?
If it's for a tattoo comp, it'll be like a judge panel of other tattooists.
Right.
So you enter your tattoo, and they'll all like critique it. They'll mark it. You're not allowed to see, and then you just wait for your number to be shouted out if it's the winner.
So when you're like, that's why I was asking. I was thinking, like, there's a lot more for me. There would be a lot more pride in the award being judged by tattoo artists,
Yeah.
as opposed to, not that there's anything wrong with the general public
Yeah.
doing it, but you know, they aren't as informed.
Yeah.
And they aren't as thingied, as well, versed in tattooing. But to get it from a panel of tattoo artists, I think
I've only ever seen tattooists being the judges, really.
Really? So it is always them. It's never just...
Someone that's involved deep in tattooing.
Right.
Like the editors of magazines and whatnot, supply companies.
Best number one UK male tattoo artist.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a ring to it, doesn't it?
It's nice.
You know what I mean? I'd be carrying that around with me.
The trophy in the back pocket.
I'd just carry it. You know what I mean? Just make it like, like how people have a handbag. I'd just carry it. Just all the time. Like you carry your phone. Just anywhere you go. Go to the gym, go to the supermarket, go to work.
Pay for your shopping, just hold it up as you walk off.
Ask people, excuse me, would you just hold that for us, please? That's a good look, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Over like your career, I did want to ask, is there any like celebrities or anyone like fairly famous that you've tattooed? Or
Not me, no.
No?
But the lad I work with now, he's recently tattooed Teddy Swims, is it?
No
Teddy
way.
Teddy Swims.
Teddy Swims is massive.
Yeah, and the drummer, can't remember his name, I think it's Ruck Machine Gun Kelly, so they had a weekend with Machine Gun Kelly and they tattooed them lot.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
It was pretty good of them.
That must have been some weekend.
Yeah, so they got tickets to go to the gig to see Machine Gun Kelly and ended up getting dragged in to do tattoos. Same with Teddy Swims, messaged him, and I think once you've tattooed one, it's out there, so they do get in touch with you. So this lad's getting, Jamie, I work with.
Yeah, that's all,
it's like good, isn't it?
Yeah. What if you can get just one famous person, so somebody who's got a big reach, just before you know it, you're tattooing 50 Cent or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think my nerves would get the better of me doing that though.
Oh yeah,
put on a spot. You know what I mean.
Your ass would fall out.
Yeah, he said he was nervous and he had a nightmare because they were a bit of a pain in the ass to get it sorted. But when he had to do it, I think he was tattooing till 5 o'clock in the morning in a hotel room whilst he was getting pissed on whiskey and whatnot.
Oh my word!
And he was tattooing the side of his head, and this is the drummer for Machine Gun Kelly. So,
did it come out all right?
Yeah,
though?
it's bang on. Yeah,
no
really good.
way.
Yeah, and then you got to spend all weekend with them behind backstage and party.
That's class.
What a situation.
Cool, innit?
They're like once in a lifetime. Like, that's to tell your grandkids, like, maybe not everything that went on, but
Yeah, the nerves would get me though.
Yeah, same. Like I couldn't. Famous people just put me on one.
Yeah.
The times I've never met a real famous person, but the odd time I've been near somebody that has any sort of recognition or any sort of fame, I'm just a mess. I'm just just quiet as a mouse. I can't say anything. I hate it. It's brutal. It is. It's true. What we're doing is we're getting towards the roundup time. How long have you been running Southpaw?
Just over an hour.
That's where we like it. So, how can people, if people want to, obviously they can probably see your work. If people want to get a tattoo from you, how do they get in touch? What would they do?
Instagram, Facebook, our studio's Instagram and Facebook. It's how we do it, really.
So you do it
just like that.
What is your social tag? I guess your social name. How do people find you? It's just
Richard Artist Guy on all socials.
Are they better off contacting you directly or 116?
When they do contact 116 and they ask for me direct, I find it easier doing my messages through that rather than jumping back and forth on the shop page. And so it's best just to message me direct. But feel free to message the studio. If the tattoo doesn't match up to what I can do, there's someone else there that might take it on as well.
Yeah, I get that. Is there anything you want to add that I've missed in here? Is there anything I haven't touched on?
No, I think we're all right.
Yeah, we're all right.
Yeah.
What you saying, Southpaw?
Yeah, pretty happy with all that. Learned a lot again in the tattoo world. Gemma and Tara, just as insightful. But no, it's been a pleasure, and I'll link all of the 116 below.
Yeah.
And appreciate it.
No, mate, inspiring story.
Thank you.
I love a bit of that. I love a bit of that from the ground up type stuff. I won't forget that story. So big respect for me,
you.
and I'm sure anybody that hears this will agree. That is grinding from the bottom and getting to where you are.
Thank you.
You are an amazing talent.
Cheers.
Big respect. I hope everything continues to progress in the same way it is.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for speaking to people like us. Everybody watching, God bless. If you don't believe in God, whatever bless. We will see you next time.